Hey, my Legion. Well, I just got finished making dinner for my dad and myself. I had bacon and scrambled eggs, and my dad, I just made him regular over medium eggs. And I put that hot sauce that my aunt and uncle got me, that Predator hot sauce. 'Cause I have another bottle after the other one I finished. And I noticed, boy, is that hot. My mouth is still burning. Anyways, this is a video response to a really cool and fun video that Buntzums just did about 70's bands, or what's your favorite 70's bands, you know? Well, 70's band with Buntzums, that's what it's called. And she was talking about her favorite band. And I was born in 1968, so I pretty much grew up in the era of the 70's and 80's. Well, yeah. And I would pretty much listen to 70's music all the time in the car and stuff like that on the radio. And it was really weird because some of that stuff I don't remember, but a lot of my memories of the 70's started out early with Willy Wonka. And then Sammy Davis Jr. had a song called The Candy Man that came out in the 70's. I love that song when I was real little. I remember playing that in the jukebox at one diner in Albion. And then, of course, other bands like Led Zeppelin was awesome. And, you know, they started out in the 60's. And they have a great movie called The Song Remains the Same. I don't know how that got a PG rating because, well, first of all, some critics don't like it. They say it's too self-indulgent. But it's like each character, each one of the band has like this fantasy character they have, and it's like a concert movie also. And there's a scene where this manager finds out there's this guy selling bootleg T-shirts in the same place they're playing, and he confronts them, and the F word is probably said about 100 times, and the movie still got a PG rating. I don't know how that happened, but no, Led Zeppelin's really cool. I grew up with Led Zeppelin, and they were pretty much one of the biggest bands out there, and they still are. They won one of the Kennedy Honors. They were on the CBS had something called the Kennedy Honors Awards or something like that, and they were on there last year. I don't know if they had the new one, but they were on there last year along with some other people. And then, you know, Jack Black was in there introducing Led Zeppelin, and they had something called Anniversary where they did a reunion concert a year or so ago. I heard that's really good. I haven't seen it though. But no, I like Led Zeppelin. I like what Robert Plant did outside of Led Zeppelin too. It was really cool. Some other bands I like, you know, you're talking about Floyd. I like Pink Floyd, and Pink Floyd started in the 60's with Syd Barrett doing like the psychedelic stuff. And Syd Barrett unfortunately passed away because they were like a really psychedelic band, and then they started to change with Dark Side of the Moon, that album. And Roger Waters came in, and he had more stuff like, you know, what you were hearing, and then The Wall. And the weirdest thing is, we used to drive to Catechism, which is Sunday school, which is Bible school on Saturday. I hated going there. And I just wanted to stay home and watch cartoons like a normal kid. And I remember listening to We Don't Need No Education on the way to Catechism. That's kind of ironic, you know. Well, what that's supposed to mean, the song. And no, but they changed. I mean, they were really good. I liked them, and then you know, I liked David Bowie big time. David Bowie started in like '69. I think Alice Cooper started in '69 also. Both him and Alice Cooper were really good. I don't know when the whole androgynous thing came about with David Bowie, but he was just trying to shock people like Marilyn Manson used to shock people. I don't think he shocks people anymore. And then, like you were talking about, men were men back then. Justin Bieber, the weird thing is, just on Inside Dish like 2 or 3 days ago, Justin Bieber, who I don't like at all, a little sissy, he was at the Great Wall of China, and he ordered his bodyguards to put him on their shoulders and walk up the Great Wall of China. You know, I mean, that's not really fair comparing men to Justin Bieber. Unless you're comparing like One Direction or something like that. Ugh. I hate that stuff. Because, you know, a lot of the little girls that idolize Justin Bieber, they'll grow up and in their 20s and 30s and say, boy, what was I thinking like that? Ugh. You know? Well, anyways, going back to the 70's. Queen was really cool. They had songs like Bicycle Race. I remember the theme song they did for Flash. That was such a cool song. A lot of people say it's cheesy. I love that song. If you ever saw that movie Ted, that Seth MacFarlane movie, that was really cool. You know, they had him, Dean Jones, appear in that. Trying to think of other things. Devo started out in the early 70s, because I have before their first album with Warner Brothers, which was Are We Not Men, We Are Devo in 78. Yeah, Devo, I had an album from Ryko Disc called Hardcore Devo. It has songs like Mechanical Man and She Didn't Know I Was a Midget, which is really funny. And I love that album. I wore that album out playing that in Fort Bragg. Devo was really good. They were really ahead of their time. And I remember the whole disco thing and stuff like that. There was a song called More that was actually performed by a porno star. I can't remember. I mean, I just heard it. If you ever watched the movie Inside Deep Throat, they talk about the documentary, and they have like that one porno star that did the disco hit called More. And basically, she said all she did was repeat more, 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 and ask like 1 or 2 questions. And that was the whole song. But that's just the way the disco thing was. And Kiss actually had the Dynasty album, which was a disco album too. And I loved Kiss growing up too. I remember the movie Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, which some people say is one of the worst movies ever made. I did a video about that. I remember seeing it when I was a little kid, in 3rd or 4th grade. I can't remember. Yeah, it came out in the 70s, late 70s. I loved that movie. I thought they spent millions of dollars on it, and then I saw it right before, they used to have the CBS late night movie, right before I went in the Army. Well, in that summer, I remember seeing it again. I was like, boy, sure didn't look like they spent millions of dollars on it. It looked like they didn't spend like thousands of dollars on it. It was horrible. But I loved it anyway. I have it on VHS through Good Times Video. That actually, Hanna-Barbera made that movie. I'm trying to think of some other one. I love Gary Newman with the song Cars. And then Fear Factory remade that video. I remade that song, and Gary Newman's in the song and in the video too. It's really cool. I think other stuff. And the band The Cars started out in the 70s. Judas Priest started out in the 70s. I love Judas Priest. Rock-a-Rolla, I remember the album Rock-a-Rolla growing up, and that was so different from the stuff he did in the 80s and the 90s and stuff. And I love Black Sabbath. I love Black Sabbath really well. They have a new album out. I remember I heard the song God Is Dead and saw the video for it, but the messed up thing is now it's not all the 4 people, original members of Black Sabbath, like Ozzy. Well, it's Ozzy, Geezer Butler, Tony Iommi, and Bill Ward's not in it because some was Sharon Osbourne. The management said that they will not all be paid the same. You know, Ozzy will be paid the most, and then the guitarist will be paid so much, and the other guy and the drummer so much. So he said he didn't want to be a part of the reunion, which is sad. Just like with Kiss, it's pretty much just now Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, and they have like other guitar players in the Ace Frehley and Peter Criss makeup, you know. Now this video is probably be rambling all over the place because I'm just thinking about from memory to tell you some of my favorite bands. Because I remember you said in the comments, type in, and there's so many. There's so much stuff I can put in there. I mean, it's more fun for me to do a video about it because I love 70s music. If you remember South Park, they did a thing about that song "Loving You." I can't remember who sings it. And the bomb was supposed to go off when she goes do 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 do. When she does that weird female scream thing in it, you know. And if you watch South Park, what else was there? There's so many other great bands. And of course, my love for metal, you know, evolved from the set. I love Blue Oyster Cult big time. And bands like Yes was good. Let me think who else. And now I'm drawing a blank. I knew this was going to happen. You're right in the middle of a video, and then you draw a blank. You don't know where to go from there. But I mean, a lot of my love for music started in the 70s and stuff like that. And so many great songs. And I remember, I kind of regret, I have a 8-track by the Village People called Go West. Not with YMCA on it, Macho Man. The Go West has, I think it has In the Navy, I think, and the song Go West. Oh well. I'm trying to think what else was in that. God, there's so much stuff. But there's so many good songs. I remember George Benson with You'll Never Find and stuff like that. There was a lot of really good songs. Foreigner was awesome. Meatloaf had Bad Out of Hell. That was awesome. Loved by the Dashboard Light. I can't remember if Charlie Daniels had Devil Went Down to Georgia. I think that was still in the late 70s, I think. That's a great song. There's so many great bands, and some bands are like doing like remakes and stuff. The Ramones were awesome. Blondie was awesome. So much great stuff by Blondie. I don't know what she's doing now. She's still around though, but I don't know what music she's singing now. It's awesome though. What the stuff she did before. There's so much great stuff, and I love ACDC too. And ACDC, it was strange because in the 70s was the Bon Scott era, and unfortunately he passed away, and they were looking for a lead singer. And then all of a sudden, Back in Black came out in 1980 with Brian Johnson, the guy who sings for him now. ACDC's awesome too. And like I said, I love Led Zeppelin. A little bit about male sexuality. I think like Whole Lot of Love. I bet you that's what that guy was singing. Probably the song Whole Lot of Love about male sexuality. That song is kind of like that. I mean, a lot of songs are just like really cool music, I mean, any rock and roll song could be about male sexuality and female sexuality. I mean, Ted Nugent had Cat Scratch Fever, and he had the song Wang Dang Sweet Poo Tang. You can't get much more dirty than that, And Ted Nugent was cool, and he still is. So much stuff. I mean, the 70s were a real treasure trove and stuff like that, So much good stuff. Jethro Tull. I remember Aqualung and Sweet Dreams and Locomotive Breath, Cross-Eyed Mary. And it's weird because my mom's name's Mary, but I don't link her with Jethro Tull songs. She's not that cool, believe me. And so much great stuff. I'm glad you made the video. Because you can tell sometimes when, because I'm off work for the rest of the weekend. I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday off, and, well, of course, tonight off, which is awesome. I'm in a great mood. And it seems like you're in a really great mood, and sometimes the videos get uplifted and they become more fun the better mood you're in. And I just want to say thank you. That was a cool video. I liked it. I was curious. You said you were going to do some other. Why are you going to do maybe a video about the government shutdown or Obamacare or something like that? I don't know. I'm just asking. Or maybe like since you're from Canada, do a video like comparing healthcare and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's up to you, Buntzums. I have to check out Rebecca Buntzums. I saw one video from there a long time. I don't know if she did any more, but yeah, it sounds cool. And I really liked the video and stuff like that you did. It was fun. It was something fun to talk about because it was like my childhood. I was born in 1968. My birthday is going to be December 29th. I'm going to be 45. I don't feel 45. I'm going to be 45. And I remember like fashions of the 70s. The only thing I really remember was in kindergarten I had a pair of bell-bottom jeans that had like traffic signs all over them. And go figure, But I don't know, my music was pretty much the Candyman song, and then, it just evolved from there, And it was really cool. I really enjoyed it. So, I guess that's about it. So, until next time, take care, my legion. Oh, something froze up here. God damn it. What froze? You son of a bitch, you. Screwed up my video probably. See if I can do it again.